Generally, populist leaders frequently exploit their authority to undermine the efficiency of the state's constitutional system by weakening domestic institutions that could restrict their eligibility to rule. Furthermore, opposition parties' ability to debate new laws in the legislature is weakened, and they may be excluded from talks on constitutional amendment. Meanwhile, the court determined that the populist leader's ability to oppose presidential decisions is limited, causing judges to concur more with the populist leader's objectives. This is because populism is a distortion of democracy in which populist leaders demand and receive the support of a segment of the population. As a result, populists require a type of constitutional confirmation that only a constitutional system can supply. Therefore, populist leaders are encouraged to win elections and require the confirmation of judges despite the fact that they arrange courts to acquire this confirmation.
Thaksin Shinawatra is a familiar figure in Thailand. He is a politician and a businessman that became the Prime Minister of Thailand from 2001 until 2006. Thaksin was born in Chiang Mai, Thailand on July 26, 1946. At a young age, he aspired to start his career as a policeman and he managed to get a place at the Royal Thai Police Cadet Academy. After graduating from the academy, he successfully obtained a scholarship in 1973 to continue his study at the Eastern Kentucky University. He also worked as a policeman in the Royal Thai Police Planning and Public Relations Unit. However, in 1987, he decided to leave the police force, ending his career as a lieutenant colonel to run his computer business with his wife. He decided to enter the political arena after being appointed as a foreign minister in 1994. His deep interest in politics led him to found the Thai Party and started to campaigning on a populist platform in 1998. The images of this party successfully changed the country political landscape and gave Thaksin greatest achievement of becoming Thailand's first democratically elected Prime Minister in 2001. There is a people movement against Thaksin government in yellow shade after the images of controversy against Thaksin involving corruption, abuse of power and autocratic tendencies. He attempted to call a snap election but Thaksin was ousted by the Thai army on 19 September 2006. Since the confrontation, he was lived in self-imposed exile. Apart from that, his party has also been banned and he has been prevented by the Thai government from carrying out any political activities. Many say Thaksin is autocratic and his lawmaking campaigns and orders come at a human rights expense. However, his strong leadership providing the best service to the people of Thailand at that time made him a political figure who successfully changed the political landscape in Thailand.
First, healthcare policy. After the victory of the Thai Rat Thai Party, led by former Thai Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra, in the general election, he implemented Thailand's largest health policy reform, which was executed in 2001. For example, Thaksin Shinawatra implemented the 30 Baht healthcare scheme, which aims to provide quality healthcare to all citizens who are not protected by the other two government-sponsored health insurance programs, such as the Civil Servant Medical Benefit Schemes and the Social Security Scheme. According to figures from the State Emergency Service (SES), the 30 Baht scheme has been able to reduce poverty more than previous targeted schemes, which frequently limit the poor from receiving health assistance, such as the Low Income Card (LIC) scheme. This is because the 30 Baht program provides extensive coverage, including medical visits, patient admissions, and medications. For example, people only have to pay 30 Baht for each medical consultation or hospitalization under this scheme. Children under the age of 12 and seniors over the age of 60, on the other hand, are exempt from paying the 30 Baht when receiving medical care at a public hospital. Next, foreign policy. Thaksin has created his foreign policy to bring Thailand into the new century where his presence is recognized by all countries, with the aim of expanding his influence throughout Southeast Asia through economic diplomacy. This aims to develop a good relationship and cooperation with ASEAN by taking an ASEAN approach. For example, Thaksin Shinawatra described his foreign policy as forward engagement policy with the aim of maintaining good relations with neighboring countries and adopting the non-intervention principle in other countries' domestic affairs. Furthermore, On February 26, 2001, Foreign Minister Surakiat Sathirathai made a declaration of Thaksin Shinawatra's foreign policy which highlighted several important objectives, including conducting foreign policy by emphasizing proactive economic policy as well as other types of diplomacy focused on enhancing international relations and cooperation between Thailand and other countries. Aside from that, the Asia Cooperation Dialogue (ACT) is also among Thaksin's largest endeavours in his foreign policy, aiming to develop the country's foreign relations. Even before Thaksin became Prime Minister, the topic was discussed at the first International Conference of ASEAN Political Parties in Manila in September 2000. Surakiat Sathirathai, the deputy head of the Thai Rat Thai Party, proposed that Asia as a continent required its own forum to debate regional cooperation, which was later expanded upon during the 34th ASEAN Foreign Ministers Conference in Hanoi in July 2001.
Nonetheless, political observers say Thaksin will become the first Prime Minister of Thailand who will be chosen to serve for the next 4 years without even being deposed by a cup or a no-confidence vote in Parliament. Elections are set for the following year. Thaksin, a former police officer, dismissed criticism of his strict rule. Many of these initiatives are divisive. Human rights organizations said that his drug campaign allowed police to kill dealers and users at will. Thaksin defended his corpse, claiming that the high death rate was caused by drug lords killing each other. He noted that drug use in Thailand has decreased in the past year. Since the 1980s, an Islamic rebellion has been simmering in the south where the Muslim minority claims that the government unfairly targets the Buddhist majority.
The political conflict in Thaksin era, which is characterized by violence and intolerance, has been going on for years. The attack on an army camp in Narathiwat, Thailand on January 4, 2004, which left 4 people dead, was followed by the burning of 20 schools, which signaled the start of a new wave of violence. Thaksin Shinawatra, the Prime Minister, took a tough stance and imposed martial law. Particularly in the mysterious disappearances of multiple Malay Muslim individuals, the police looked to be involved. Other than that, Thaksin Shinawatra was the Prime Minister-elect at the time, was charged by Thailand's National Counter-Corruption Commission (NCCC) with failing to register assets worth approximately 2.37 billion baht while serving as Deputy Prime Minister in 1997. After years of investigation, the Truth for Reconciliation Commission of Thailand published its final report in 2011. Concluding that the Thaksin stock concealment case, in which the Constitutional Court behaved improperly, was the root cause of all political issues. 6 of the Constitutional Court's judges found Thaksin Shinawatra not guilty of the allegations, while 7 of them found him guilty. The votes of the 6 judges who had found Thaksin not guilty were then joined by the Constitutional Court to the votes of the 2 judges who had decided the case did not fall under their purview but had not yet made a decision on the merits of the case. This led to a decision in favor of Thaksin that was 8-7, which was viewed as breaking the law and increased popular mistrust in Thailand's judicial system.
A turning point in the conflict. It is because Thaksin Shinawatra was thought to have used his position as Deputy Prime Minister to gain access to official information about the devaluation of the Thai baht. This is for the benefit of his own telecommunications company. The People's Alliance for Democracy (PAD) leader Sondi Limthongkul, the former Padang Dharma Party founder, Major General Chamlong Srimuang, as well as other elites and business groups who are not pleased with Thaksin, including leaders of non-governmental development organizations and human rights groups who oppose the policy and administration of Thaksin in his cohort, are also included in the group. These restrictions included attempting to take over Prachaya Thai Ratana Petrochemical Industry (TPI), the largest petrochemical industry in Southeast Asia at the time of his bankruptcy, and preventing Charoen Sirividana Bhakti Thai Beverage Company, which is regarded as the largest alcohol company in Thailand, from going public on the Thai Stock Exchange. However, once the situation in Patani got out of his control, many people, especially from the opposition party, academics, NGOs, and retired military commanders, spoke out against the government's attempts to solve the issue, but their voices were mostly unheard by Thaksin.
Thaksin Shinawatra, one of Thailand's richest businessmen, was formally chosen by Parliament as the country's new Prime Minister about a month after his party won an unprecedented mandate in a general election. Thaksin's coalition government is expected to be one of the most stable in Thailand's history. In the historic vote by the 500 members of Parliament, Thaksin received 340 votes with 127 lawmakers casting ballots against him. There were 30 abstentions, including Thaksin. The House Speaker and 2 Deputy Speakers traditionally do not vote. The vote, which completed a constitutional formality, was a foregone conclusion following his Thai Rak Thai party's landslide victory in the January 6 election. In conclusion, Thaksin Shinawatra is the first elected people won a parliamentary majority during the democratic era, the first to serve a full term, revitalized Thai politics with his well-publicized programs and good lesson of leadership. Many say that Thaksin is autocratic and his law-making campaign and order have come at the expense of human rights. However, his strong leadership in providing the best service to the people of Thailand at that time made him a political figure who successfully changed the political landscape in Thailand.